Hey guys, how are ya? So in this one we're going to talk about like your calorie intake and like you hear a lot of stuff out there, especially when it comes to hard gainers. Like people say, oh, hard gainers are undereaters and all that. If it were that simple, like everyone would do it, right? So, and that's the thing you got to be careful of is like if you're only used to eating like 1,000 calories a day and you're an undereater and you try and do 4,000, you've got Buckley's chance of doing it. Like you got no chance at all. So you want to make sure you set up a structured routine for your calories to make sure you hit your calorie mark consistently, and then phasing things through. So I'm going to talk about that and like what cycles to sort of go through. You know, one thing I like to do is like if you go by this sort of rule of thumb, like you increase your calories until you start to put on body fat, and then when you start to put on body fat, that's when you start to drop your calories back. So that way, like if you start to gain fat, you'll start to lose it, and then you're working back up again, so you get that more lean muscle gain. So, you know, just for example, what I've sort of done over the last sort of week or two is I've hit 3,000 calories a day. You know, because my circumstances have changed, like in my career, like I've sort of been in transition mode as far as like, you know, not being working in a gym, which I found really easy to do workouts in. Now I have to go and sort of take time out of my day to work out. So that's the reason why, like, for a little while I was actually struggling a bit with my calories. So, you know, a great way to sort of go through things, like when you lift heavy, you can't lift, your workouts are going to be really shit if you do lower calorie diets when you're lifting heavy. You know, it doesn't really work. Like your workouts will stink up a storm. You know, so you always want to make sure your calories are quite high when you're attempting to lift heavy. So what I usually do, I like to play around with my calories a bit more when I'm lifting with volume. So that way, you know, like it can be sort of utilized a bit more. If I've got a little bit of extra body fat coming through, like I can cut my calories back and I can still keep up with that volume work because I'm not lifting too heavy. So, you know, a great way to do it. Because remember, you want to, with skinny guys, like some people are what you would hear skinny fat. So it's not as simple as like going out and eating KFC and like all sorts of crap, because you're just going to gain fat, you're not going to gain muscle. So it's a terrible thing to do. You know, you want to make sure your gut's in good health so it actually distributes the fuel to your muscles so you look bigger and you feel stronger. You know, that's what you want to think of. So you want to be able to perform better in the gym. You don't want to go up and stink up a storm, you know. So like the best way I find to do it is with that basic principle I sort of talked about at the start, where you actually increase your calories until you put on body fat. But what I'd like to do is increase in small increments weekly. So what this does, it sort of establishes confidence for a person. So just say if you're used to, you know, only eating 2,000 calories a day, start with that and try and hit that consistently for a week. And then what you do is you increase it by 250. So you go to 22,550 calories. And then you go to 22,500, you know. So by doing it like that, I think it gives a person confidence in the process. They can feel that it's starting to work. And remember, it's all about consistency. So you've got to put yourself in a position and give yourself like a set of, or a set structure. That way you know sort of what's coming next. And it establishes confidence because it starts to work, and you can just build on that solid foundation from there, and before you know it, you'll be killing it in no time. So guys, if you want to subscribe to my channel, just hit the link below. There should be a link there that'll take you straight to my subscription page. And also you may have seen an annotation floating around somewhere in this video, so just hit that and it'll take you straight to my subscription link, and you guys can subscribe and, you know, keep up with all the content that's coming through on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. So take care guys, I'll see you again soon.